Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of 20th Century Women. I thought I would wear a woman that I love on my shirt to celebrate the celebration. And yes, this is my queen, Ms. Britney Spears. But speaking on the 20th Century Women, I have to say I was really looking forward to this. I thought the commercials looked really good. I thought that all the awards buzz it had gotten was strong, and it just seemed like a movie I would enjoy. And my intuition was correct because I loved this movie. So Annette Bening kind of has been the only aspect of the film that has been getting awards recognition. And I can see why she in particular is getting the recognition because she is superb in this movie. I thought her delivery was really amazing, and I think it's one of the best acting performances of 2016. She gives such a real, honest, just beautiful performance here. And she just delivers so much range without delivering an over-the-top or showy performance. She felt like a real mother, a real person in the late 70s struggling with, motherhood and herself and her own exploration. But everyone on our main cast is really good here. Greta Gerwig is really good, and this is a little bit outside of what we've seen from her. It's a little bit darker, a little bit edgier, but I think she pulls it off fantastically. Elle Fanning is also good here. I have to say, I want to see something a little bit different from Elle, but regardless, she's good in this kind of awkward, sunken-in role all the time, and she was good here. But an aspect to this film that I think should be getting awards recognition is the script, because it is fantastic. This film is dialogue heavy, and it just pulls it off so well. This is an intelligent, witty, quick script, and I think it was just so amazing, to be honest. I think this is one of the best scripts of 2016. But it's just so refreshing to see a complex, fleshed out female character like Annette Bening's here, and the script does so much to just build a situation that feels authentic. The directing was also good, but it was nothing that really added to the film's enjoyment for me. I think there were a couple actually very strange choices, but the editing didn't detract either. It just was good, and it served the acting performances and script well enough to let them shine as they should. So at its core, this movie is a coming-of-age story, and it accomplishes that well on so many different levels. So we have all of these different characters interacting with each other constantly throughout, and while Annette Bening and her son's relationship is the core of the story here, everybody kind of has a coming-of-age story to be told here. The son's is clearly the most obvious. He's the right age, he's going through all the right beats, but his takes a very complex and, again, smart, progressive turn, and I thought his coming-of-age story was fantastic. And then we get to Annette Bening's, another one we've explored decently throughout time, of somebody kind of middle-aged, searching for their own place. But hers went so much deeper than that. Hers went into so many different relationships, her relationship to herself as a mother and to herself as a woman. It was just fantastic. I loved this subtle but sophisticated look they had with Annette Bening's character. But everybody else also has revelations throughout the film. They all grow. They're all moving somewhere. No one just feels stagnant. So getting into the negatives here, my biggest negative comes from the fact that I kind of came out of the womb 90 years old inside. I never had these crazy experiences. I never was this person that I see in these coming of age movies. So this, like most of them, just felt like too much of an idealistic coming of age story. We have teenagers that just walk out the door and drive away in their mom's car and go up and have alone time. We have teenagers and underage people getting into bars and drinking beers and doing all of this stuff that ultimately does enhance the character in the film and kind of brings you to where you need to go. But for me personally, it's just completely and totally unrelatable, and I'm just watching and I'm like, never. I could not stay calm if my kid was doing this type of thing. But it also never was my story. And to be fair, I think I am still in the making of my coming of age story. I definitely don't think it's wrapped up. I have a lot of growing that I'm doing still. But even now, it's not part of my personal story. So it's hard for me to watch these movies and not think of kind of a fairy tale look at coming of age. And it's a weird disposition there because it is very fairy tale-like in what happens while still feeling so gritty and so real. And I think that's the magic of these kind of movies. And I did leave feeling enchanted and loving what I watched, but ultimately it kind of makes me personally just kind of reflect on my own life and be like, oh, I never had any experience like that. I also question a little bit how exposition heavy this film is. So we have a lot of voiceover works. We have a lot of narration going on here. And it's coming from the point of view of the future. And it was an interesting choice. I didn't dislike it, but I don't know if I really liked it either. It gave us closure on a lot of what was happening, but it was just like, I don't even know that it was needed, honestly. I guess it gave more emotional depth to the stories and the lives that we were watching. But it was just kind of an odd choice. Not a bad one, but one that took me a bit to actually get into and accept as part of the story. But ultimately, I loved this movie. Like I said before, it is extremely intelligent, it's witty and funny, and it feels authentic. It feels real. From top to bottom, the performances are great, and the script is just fantastic. So once 20th Century Women opens in an indie theater near you, definitely pay for that full price ticket because it's worth it. So that has been my review of 20th Century Women. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see 20th Century Women? Have you already seen it? And what is your favorite coming of age story? Let me know either in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!